Reflections very much like I had just immediately after the game. Yeah, we played it back as well too. We've had a look at a couple of things, and chances taken. If we had done that there, then we would have been out of sight.
Has anything that happened on Sunday informed what you've been doing in the days since?
Sorry?
Has anything that happened on Sunday night informed your training since, what you've been doing with the lads?
Yeah, I think there obviously things that you can improve on, things that you need to improve on, and very obvious stuff. I think, you know, when we get into great positions to cross some great balls, that I think that we have to, by hook or by crook, find ourselves in the end of these things. And we had, in fact, we had a lot of possession in the game, and some of our approach play was really excellent, and we just got to finish it off.
Will these friendlies continue to be an exercise in experimentation with players, or are you conscious of wanting to get that win under your belt?
No, I'm of course, you'd like to win the games. We've chosen the matches. I think I've said this before. I'm probably boring you to death with it, but we've had these fixtures. They couldn't be more difficult for us, really, and also the fact that we are having a little bit, as you say, a bit of experimentation. Going to have to change little systems, personnel during the course of it. Some players may be playing a sizable amount, other players not. Perhaps maybe some players leaving as well too. Everything taken into consideration. But for me, it'll be great, because eventually it'll stand in good stead, I think, for the games coming up in September time. Of course, you would like to get get the results with it as well too. And really, the last two games, I think we should have won. That said, you know, we'll continue to go on in this vein and see how it takes us. I don't think that we were short of effort or commitment at all, and I've never thought that since I stepped in here in November. The spirit, the attitude of the players has been terrific. You know, not every manager seems to say that, but it's absolutely true here. So no, in fact, anything but it really. We have had a big effort by the players. It wasn't through lack of effort that we've lost the matches. We just should finish some of the chances that we've created. I don't mean half chances. I mean clear-cut chances in the game. That taken into consideration, if you know, we had a definite penalty kick that the referee has not given, and I think perhaps because he thought it was a friendly game, I think he decided to go against the rules better than that. Personally, I said at the press conference, I wasn't too bothered about that, because I think I'd rather, for that particular game, rather played against 11 players and see how it panned out, rather than having the man sent off and probably going on to win the game.
You're going to have to change obviously central midfield because two players gone. Would you also possibly consider maybe playing two up top? Would that give you a better chance of scoring goals maybe against Italy?
Well, we'll see. I mean, eventually our last 25 minutes reaped some dividend by John Walter scoring the goal. It is personnel. We will see. We will change things around during the course of these next few matches.
Can I just ask you about your management team now, and to clarify the situation, are Steve Walford and Steve Guppy full-time members of your staff now?
They have come to join me here at this moment. We will take everything into consideration. Of course, we had these games in quick succession, and we had a period of time in which to have a look at a few things. But Steve has been with me for quite some considerable time. I'm talking about Steve Walford, and Steve Guppy is an up-and-coming coach. So we'll see what happens after the summer break.
How long, Martin, would you say you are to stamping your personality on this team, to calling this a Martin O'Neill team?
Well, I mean, eventually these players are playing for their country, and a lot of them have decent experience. One or two younger players here who haven't done that much, and I think it's a combination of all of this. It's just a matter of trying to get ready for the game against September. No matter whose side you call it, it doesn't really matter. For me, I think I will derive myself great benefit from having this length of time with the players. Even as we've said earlier and before, it might not always be ideal, but it's excellent for me, and of course it gives me a better chance to make some sort of judgments eventually when it comes around to the games.
Okay. Kieran Clark okay, Martin, is he? Kieran Clark okay?
Kieran just hurt himself a little bit yesterday. He stayed out of this here, but I think he should be available for selection for weekend game.
What's the particular problem?
He's just got a little bit of a back problem.
Martin, will you sit the Derby lads down at all and have a chat with them, or is the football catharsis?
Yeah, they came in last night, and we did have a chat with all three. Richard in particular obviously is devastated because he feels as if his mistake at the end led to Queen's Park Rangers scoring the goal. I think sometimes you have to remind him. I know it's desperately disappointing that at this minute, but with the sort of season that he and the Derby team have had, and I mean that will be no consolation whatsoever to him at the moment. But in time, we're hoping that time will be a bit of a healer. But they came in last night, of course, very, very disappointed. And the next couple of days, I think, hopefully, with sort of weather like this here, I think that he might start to improve his demeanour.